Hey there, imWhiskerZ back with Bounty 1, and today I'm going to go with the old character. And apparently I need to win a game with Serra to INFAMY level 10. Surely it's going to be very simple. Yeah, 1 more damage to you. And it's actually going to be 2 damage as opposed to 3, so yeah, let's go. I have unlocked a bunch of relics, so this should be a breeze. Ah, good lord, I have a good attack speed for once at the start. And yes, of course I'm going to stay at the toilet. Why wouldn't you stay at the toilet? It's the middle of the map. There's literally no reason to move anywhere. The toilet welcomes all. But I probably need to pick up experience, right? Why am I sliding? Yep, more base damage, absolutely. I don't have a lot of attack speed, but it's actually enough to click. To stutter stab. And do you mind targeting this thing? Thank you. And this should open an interesting relic for this character, and hopefully there's going to be something interesting. I actually don't know what the relic is. Somehow, some way I've never actually went back to this character and beaten it on the higher difficulty. Now, ever since I discovered this ninja character, I've been playing that. I know, it's really something about massive attack speed. At little to no detriment. Because I kinda like being close and personal to the enemies anyway, so whatever. Well, do I ever have a bounce? Actually, more base damage. It is actually important to keep up with base damage because eventually the basic enemies gain more health. They gain 100, then they get 300, etc, etc. So if your base damage does not keep up with that, you basically end up having this a pile of enemies on the screen that you cannot kill very quickly, and you stop getting levels and then you just die to a boss, or you just take a very long time to beat the boss, which is, I suppose, not very welcome, unless you're doing some sort of a challenge. I'm kind of open to doing a challenge of sorts, like that. That should be interesting. If I don't level up damage at all, can I beat the game? Oh, yeah, speaking of damage, that's a lot of damage right there. How much piercing do I have? I have 1. Feels like I have a lot more, by the way. And do you mind killing the elite here? Okay, roll into me. Nice. And die. Nice. Yeah, the slow is really good. This elite, it really chases you, but it slows. It can't chase you. When you're really trying, moonwalking in a single spot. And we have a behind shot. No thanks. No thanks. Yeah, projectile slowing. Nice. A big defensive upgrade. Now, if I crank my area nice and high, and my damage nice and high, I can also pick up the other area skills. And of course, with area skills, you don't even need to attack normally. The area skills attack for you. So essentially, you just pick up a lot of critical damage, and maybe cooldown. And then crank everything into attack speed. Actually, not the attack speed, the base damage, good lord. Crit. Yes, go for crit. You know what? I think at this stage I can somewhat stand still. Okay, the rolling enemies, they are not great. Okay, yeah, this. Well, at least the rolling enemies are not as annoying as the quick enemies. Holy cow. Okay, this is the best level up I've had so far in this particular game. I get all the good stuff, but obviously, yes, the damage is great and it's legendary, but the extra upgrade choice is so much better. Not even joking. And even more damage, good lord. Now, the general idea for me is to have so many upgrade choices that I can get every single upgrade at the same time. Now, that would be very good. Hello, Mr. Simpleton. You are very slow. Yeah. Like, think of it. Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm so slow. I'm going to get you. I'm really going after you. No, no, you just stand there. I'm gonna get you eventually, but not today. Now, fun fact, if you somehow set the guy up for the dash at in a straight line, you can actually keep him slowed indefinitely. He can't do anything. And it's actually so much easier to do with the, ranged characters. Well, effectively all characters are ranged characters. Yeah, it's very simple. The best boss ever, by the way. Oh my. I get to attack very quickly, I get to dash very far, I get to have 3 attacks, I get to have 40% crit, and I get to have area projectiles. I think I want projectiles to spread. Yep. So effectively, this does double my... Well, I think it more than doubles my damage. Yeah, it more than doubles my damage because the 3 projectiles behind it, they will attack all the enemies, and eventually there's going to be enough enemies on the screen for it to actually be very meaningful. As in, right now, probably half of the projectiles just fly off the screen and that's it. Yeah, how much damage do I take? I take 2 damage. I shouldn't be worried about taking damage as much as, higher difficulty. Yeah, you can't reach me. There's nothing good about it. And what do we get? We get projectile speed. Yeah, go for that. Okay, and note to self. Just because I take 2 damage as opposed to 3 damage doesn't mean I should just roll into the enemy's face first. Even though that's how I usually play video games. And I think another thing that I want is more attack speed before the second boss. Because I already have enough movement speed. Attack speed, not so much. And maybe gluttony. I assume the second and the final boss will not have as much health on the higher difficulty, as opposed to higher difficulty. So I don't need to do as much damage. Though it is still preferable. Now let's see what I get from this relic. I get more attack speed. I don't want this. When you're out of dash, you have more crit damage. Yeah, I'm out of dash now. Oh yeah, the glorious movement speed. Holy cow, it's so good. Good thing I don't have dash, right? It's such a strong relic, by the way. Unless you rely on dash for something, you benefit so much of it. And if you have a 100% crit chance, it increases your damage by effectively 120% of the base damage, of course. Well, not actually, 20% of the current damage for the 20%, and then 100% for the crit damage. That's the scale of the base damage. So yeah, that gives me quite a lot. Obvious choices or magnet? Magnet, obviously. Now, why obviously? I don't like around picking stuff up. I thought that was simple enough, right? Oh, look at those crits. How is my base damage so high? Oh my. And another thing. The one factor I like about the high difficulty, there's so many more enemies. Like right now in the high difficulty, I'll be swarmed with enemies. And they all be dead, too. So in essence, lower difficulty kinda limits itself and the difficulty by having less enemies, but it also limits your power because there are less enemies, there's less experience. And the experience is the important part here. Oh, I have 4 attack speed. Good lord, that's a lot. And I want crit. Yes, please. Okay, and the second boss is up here. Now, do I hit like a truck? I certainly do. Will I die to 2 hits? I certainly will. Is it important? Not really. I hit like an absolute truck. Yeah, just settle back in here. No, not yet. Now. And in the second phase, he can never actually hit you back there. Now, do I want this or do I want that? Okay, I kinda want both, but I think the pet is so much better. Except loot for you. Now, in case you played Black Desert, the video game, you will understand. Like, imagine not having to move ever because you have an assistant. Well, in real life, that would obviously suck. Why would you not want to move? Good lord. Like, even if you're a blob. This should be interesting. Now, because... do I have the heal boots? Heal boots and dash. I don't. Okay, good. So if I get the heal boots and dash and the damage boots and dash, I can just dash every like 30 seconds. And get plus 15 damage. Because the boots actually do work together. And you know what? There's actually a relic that goes with that. More attack speed. Yeah, like this. And now that I spent all the dashes at once, they actually all cool down at once too. This is just awesome. Also a pair of boots, the relic. That gives you health for every dash that you dash. And yes, it gives it makes sure the dash is, has a very long cooldown. But of course, if all your dashes are cooling down at once, does it really matter? It doesn't. Of course, there's another boot that gives you 5 damage for every dash you dash. But it also takes away 1 health. So if you have both of the boots and this boot, you can dash every like 30 seconds in your base cooldown. Get yourself the dash amount of, you know, damage. So you have 2 dashes normally, you get 10 damage. But because you have the heal boot, you also don't actually lose any health for that. And you can crank your dash nice and high and just get 3 damage indefinitely. Like, the highest dash that I ever got, without, you know, breaking a sweat, was 8. So that's plus 40 damage every time you dash, which is every 20 seconds, 30 seconds. That's actually a lot of damage. That's a golden legendary upgrade. Let's see. Ooh, I do have a lot of base damage, so this arrow is actually going to be very good. And not because the arrow itself does a lot of damage. If the enemy dies under the effect of the arrow, it's going to spread. It's going to spread through the entire pile of enemies, which is actually fantastic. Another thing I want to crank is the area, because right now my blue field is nice and large, but it can go larger, much larger. It can in fact cover the entire screen. It becomes hard to see, but sure, that's fine. At the very least, there is no projectile hitting me ever. Yes, that's a yellow damage upgrade. So much, good lord. Now, let's see what you give me. Now, a bit of an issue that I've gotten myself into. I didn't actually level up my health at all. Okay, now I did, of course. Oh, that's a health. Object rerolls. Health, yeah, go for health. In case I lose all the health, might as well just have that, you know, on the back burner, just to have it. Yeah, for this difficulty, I'm stupidly powerful. What do I want? I want base damage. All the base damage in the world, by the way. And look at my movement speed. It's almost 5, feels like I'm flying. Okay, I still see the toilet on the screen, so that's great. I'm not the toilet guardian that I wanted to be, but oh well. But yeah, the slowy bullets. The boss can be slowed by those. This is good. Like, you're not reaching me today. Yep, not today. No, no, no. How much did I crit for? Is it a grand? Holy cow, 2 grand to crit. And yeah, the projectile slowing aura affects the boss's damage as well. How cool is that? Now, of course, my base damage is not as high as it can be, which is very unfortunate. But hey, the boss is going to die regardless, so there's that. But surprisingly, it's going to take a little while. Oh, actually, I think there are less horses in the lower difficulty. And yeah, you can dash through them anyway. So they're not a big deal altogether. Okay, just stand in one spot and blast away. And done. Okay, I have unlocked something. Let's see what it is. Unleashed Ranger. What does it do? I have no idea. But you know what? I actually want to go and read it. Following objects. Yeah. But she didn't say me what the object is. Oh, there it is. I see it. What do you do? Standing still gradually increases your attack speed until you move again. After 10 seconds. Holy cow. A bow gun. Do I need to say that this is stupidly powerful? It is in fact very powerful. Good lord. Wow. And you know what? I think if I start the match right now, yup. So the Serra now starts with this bowgun as a standard weapon. Holy cow. And this thing has absolutely no drawbacks. And well, yes, it does say it's a lower difficulty kind of character. Okay, I suppose the next time it's the run with Serra with the bowgun that I have finally unlocked. Huh. See ya.